Today we're going to talk about two friends with a peculiar problem. They are close in age, from the same country, live in the same city, and have a lot in common. They have the same skin tone, the same eye color, and even similar hair. In fact, they look quite alike in general. Their problem is simple. Despite all these similarities, one of them has a very thick beard, while the other has no beard at all. All he has on his face is a very small amount of patchy, incomplete hair. Let's introduce you to Jack and Oscar. Jack is blessed with everything, except for beard hair. Meanwhile, for Oscar, facial hair is a given. If he shaves his beard today, it's back in a couple of days, thick as ever. Jack, on the other hand, could wait for weeks or even months just for his beard to show. So, what's the reason for this? Why is the rate of beard growth so different from one person to the next? And is it true that men who can't grow beards have low testosterone, as is commonly believed? And how effective are all those popular methods for beard growth? Are any of them actually legitimate? Let's find out. Not too long ago, we didn't see beards as often as we do now. Very few men grew their beards out, and it was mostly limited to specific groups. A beard was a sign of wisdom, dignity, or high status. We only saw them on elders, tribal leaders, priests. It wasn't the widespread trend it is today. But when beards entered the world of fashion and became a symbol of masculinity and an attractive feature, and after we started seeing celebrities growing out their beards, a huge number of people started to do the same. That's when some began to notice that they couldn't grow a beard at all, or that their beard was very patchy. Consequently, search engines became filled with phrases like, how to grow a beard in 30 days, guaranteed, or say goodbye to a thin beard with this magical garlic recipe, or the best way to grow a beard, tried and tested, and many, many more like that. So, what's the real story? Do these things actually have an effect? And more importantly, why does beard growth vary so much between people? Our first stop on this topic begins with the male hormone known as testosterone. This hormone is responsible for all masculine characteristics in men: muscle mass, a deep voice, facial features, and finally, hair growth. The common belief is that a man who can't grow a beard simply has low testosterone. But in reality, this claim has no basis in truth. Naturally, almost all men are born with similar levels of these hormones, except in rare cases. This means for people whose beards don't grow, the reason isn't a lack of testosterone. Their hormone levels are usually completely normal. The issue has nothing to do with masculinity or hormone levels. It's related to something else entirely. While hair growth does depend on testosterone, it's not directly related to it. Instead, it's connected to one of its more active and potent forms, a hormone called DHT, or dihydrotestosterone. Inside the lower layers of your skin, your hair follicles have something called receptors. These receptors are sensitive to certain hormones, especially DHT. As soon as the follicles interact with DHT, it stimulates them to grow and break through the outer surface of the skin. The more sensitive your follicles are to DHT, the more hair will appear on the surface. But if the follicles aren't sensitive and don't react to DHT, then growth doesn't happen, and the beard won't grow in fully. This leads us to another question. What makes the follicles less sensitive to DHT in the first place? The reason is actually genetics. Some people have genes that make their follicles highly sensitive and responsive to the chemical signals from the DHT hormone. Others have follicles that have difficulty reading or responding to those signals. Consequently, their hair growth rate is slower and the amount of hair is less. So, a person can have normal DHT levels and normal hair receptors, but for that magic connection to happen between them, specific hair genes must be present to help them link up. The entire issue, therefore, depends on whether you have good hair genes or not. Now, here's one of the strangest things related to beards. Even though the DHT hormone stimulates the growth of a thick beard, it does something completely opposite and bizarre at the same time. It stimulates head hair loss. DHT cares about making your chin look great, but at the same time, it negatively affects the hair follicles on your scalp and can be a cause of baldness. It's the main culprit behind why many men have a thick, glorious beard but a completely bald head. So, are these all the reasons for a lack of beard growth? Actually, no. If the cause is genetic, dealing with it is extremely difficult. But if the cause is something other than genetics, there's hope for the beard to grow once the underlying issue is treated. One of the other causes for a lack of beard growth is anemia, also known as iron deficiency. Anemia is a common condition resulting from an unbalanced diet, which weakens blood circulation in the body. Consequently, not enough nutrients reach the hair follicles, preventing hair from growing normally. Fortunately, anemia is very easily treated by doctors, along with guiding the patient towards healthier diets and proper sleep patterns. So, if your beard isn't growing due to iron deficiency, the situation is still manageable. Fix your diet, treat the anemia, and your beard will start to appear. It's also worth mentioning that alopecia areata, a condition that causes patchy hair loss on the scalp, can, in rare cases, affect the beard, causing some empty patches or incompleteness. Luckily, this condition also has many available treatments. Finally, acne and skin scarring are also factors that can weaken hair follicles. Once they are treated and cleared up, hair can start to grow again properly. Now, if I asked you right now about the best method you've ever heard of for growing a beard, you'd probably say, without even thinking, shave your chin with a razor blade multiple times a week. Let me tell you, that is completely incorrect. Shaving your beard with a razor 3 or 4 times a week to make it thicker is wrong for 2 reasons. First, you are doing a lot of damage to your skin. Repeatedly shaving with a razor, without giving your skin time to recover, irritates it far more than it stimulates it. Second, even if you shaved your chin from now until next year, it won't make your beard magically appear or grow thicker. Dermatologists say that all a razor blade does is cut the surface part of the hair that's on the outer layer of the skin. It has absolutely no effect on the follicles and the layers beneath the skin, which are the actual primary controllers of hair growth. Therefore, if you're someone whose beard doesn't grow, shaving with a razor won't help you at all. At this point, someone might jump in and say, actually, I shave my beard with a razor, and it really did make it thicker. I've tried it myself many times. I would say that, unfortunately, this is a common misconception. Cutting hair in general, even with regular scissors and not a razor, can stimulate it to grow faster. But that doesn't mean that if you cut one hair, 2 will grow in its place. All that might happen is that it grows back quicker. So, if you're a person who already has active hair follicles and you start shaving, your hair might grow faster. Instead of growing in a week, it might grow in just a few days. But if your skin doesn't have those follicles in the first place, shaving won't create new ones. To put it simply, if you have hair follicles in your skin, shaving the surface will make them grow faster. But if you don't have follicles ready to produce hair, shaving will have no effect. Some of the healthy practices that are recommended to stimulate beard growth include exercise. Exercise has a magical effect on the entire body, not just the beard. Also, make sure to cleanse your skin regularly using water and a soap that's suitable for your skin type. Hair is more likely to grow on clean skin. Add to that, getting regular sleep and avoiding stress can make hair grow faster. And finally, eating a healthy diet, specifically foods that contain a large amount of vitamins and minerals, plays a huge role in hair growth. So stop shaving your face with a razor all the time, especially when there's nothing there to begin with. And with that, we've answered the question of why some men can't grow a beard. If you liked the video, hit the like button and let me know in the comments. What's the craziest myth you've ever heard about growing a beard?